The fact that oxtails is my favorite meat, and now that I threw these bad boys on a pizza, I'm really in love. Let me show y'all how I made it. So I already cleaned and trimmed the extra fat from the oxtails off camera, and I added some browning sauce because we want these babies to be nice and brown. And this garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt is definitely one of my top fives. I also added a little extra garlic and onion powder and some ground allspice. Allspice is real strong, so you don't need too much of that. And I was out of my Maggi chicken cubes, so I did add a little chicken seasoning. Next, I added in some fresh thyme, some chopped green onions, a habanero pepper, and about 3 pieces of fresh garlic. And I did add some complete seasoning too, y'all. Went ahead and massaged these bad boys down real good and threw some oil in the pan so we could get these babies nice and brown. And the reason you want to brown your oxtails first is so you won't just have boiled oxtails. It's not like oxtails is cheap, so we're going to show these babies all the love, okay? You want to make sure your oxtails is nice and brown on each side, just like this. And next, so we don't waste all that good old flavor, you want to add some warm water to that same bowl you season your oxtails in and add it right to the pot. Next, I added in a whole container of spicy beef broth. And the first time you add your liquids, you want to add just enough to where it barely cover the oxtails. I went ahead and threw a lid on top of my pot, let them boil for about 2 hours, and then came back and added some more water. And so my oxtails could have a nice gravy, I added some ketchup and a little brown sugar. And y'all know I ain't gonna have you planning food now. If y'all see me adding some, just trust your girl. I let my oxtails boil for another 3 hours, and this is how juicy and tender they came out, y'all. Moving on to my pizza dough. I wanted my dough to be homemade this time because I'm really trying to stick to my homemade vibe. Instructions to make dough is on the back of the bag with the measurements, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was I wanted my dough to rise faster than what the bag said. The bag says to let the dough rise between 12 and 24 hours, but I ain't had that much time. So I had to use a method that I learned to put a cup of hot water in the microwave with the dough, and it will rise so quick. I added some flour to a flat surface, grabbed my rolling pin, and rolled that baby down. And yeah, I don't know if I ever been so excited to make something in my life, or I probably was just hungry for real, for real. After I greased my pan and added my dough, I went ahead and added some of my favorite pizza sauce, and I want to make some of that homemade next time too. For my cheese, I added mozzarella and provolone, and I love cheese, so I went heavy on it. And because I love to try new stuff, I added some of this spicy cheese too. And after I ate an oxtail for a little snack, I went ahead and threw some on top of my pizza. And that's when you know the food gonna hit, when it look good before it even hit the oven. Went ahead and threw that bad boy in the oven on 350 until my cheese was nice and melted and my crust was golden brown. I threw some fresh parsley on top, and y'all, I cut some peppers and was so sad because I forgot to add them to my oxtails and my pizza. It was so good, y'all. Have y'all ever ate something so good you ain't even want to take the last bite? And of course I saved y'all a bite. Have a blessed day, y'all.